Good evening from Lombok, everyone. It's Anifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, I thought I'd make a video about shadow work. And shadow work is an idea and process that was brought forward by a psychologist named Carl Jung. And I thought, for those of you who haven't heard of this term or don't understand it, I'd read this quotation to you, or this description to you. It says, shadow work is the process of acknowledging and integrating the unconscious parts of oneself, often called the shadow self, which includes repressed emotions, fears, and desires. Repressed emotions, fears, and desires. Now, a lot of times, when people hear the word shadow, it's almost a little bit scary. It sounds shadowy. It sounds dark, and it is. It's dark and light. And so we can imagine that even when we're standing in the light, there is a shadow behind us, and it's our shadow. So each of us has a shadow, or some shadows, and we can say that this is or I can say that, to me, this quotation, I hope, inspires you to begin this work. This quotation is by Carl Jung, and it says, shadow work is the path of the heart warrior. Shadow work is the path of the heart warrior. Now, heart warrior, that's strength. I've got strength. And you think of the heart, and oftentimes the things that we're not so proud of, whether it's something we're guilty about, whether it's jealousy, whether it's anger, whether it's fear, or whether it's my focus of work in Canada for sure, and something that I carry with me in terms of my understanding of humans, is grief work. So grief also is part of the shadow for a lot of people. So if a grief has happened recently, it doesn't feel like such a shadow. It seems so easy to cry in front of a friend or a family member or in an office even. It all makes sense that it's just happened. They're very upset. But if 10 years from the time that a significant grief happened, you're crying about that grief, it will feel like a shadow, and it will be perceived as something, I shouldn't share this, I should hide this, I should be over this by now. And this is the same thing for things like desires and fears, that people are aware of their own desires and fears, and oftentimes are not encouraged to talk about them. I was thinking about an example that here in Indonesia, and I'll say largely in Lombok compared to Bali, because Lombok is like most of Indonesia, which is largely Muslim, and there is a strong recommendation, suggestion, or Islamic